Hello everyone. Today, let's talk about something that affects a lot of people, especially new investors, people who are just getting to try on stock market, most especially because this is actually all about the stock market. So, I recently got a message from someone. The person says, help me, my stocks are decreasing, should I sell? Like, I just want to sell. The person sent like three other messages. I don't know what is going on. Why is my stock decreasing? The value of my money has gone down, and it was just a lot. So today I want to really talk about this particular topic because I know that at some point, even if you're now an experienced investor, you may have passed through this level or stage, and I think it's time for us to talk about it. So watch this video to learn. Watch this video to learn. So if you're ready, let's get started. So most investors ask me, when should I really sell? Should I buy another one? The worst part is selling the one you think is dropping. So buy another one you think is going up only for that one to drop. It's like double wahala for dead body. So the answer is what we're going to think about. I want us to look holistically to a lot of things. So start asking, how long should I hold my stock before I sell them? So instead of thinking, oh, it's decreasing, because that's a panic, that's a fear, response kind of alert. So welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Julia, and on this channel, as your wealth educator, as your financial bestie, as your money girl, as your money diva, join our community, become a VIP subscriber. Please subscribe if you have not. If you're getting to watch my video for the first time, you're warmly welcome. A lot of love from me. Please subscribe, like this video, but most importantly, watch to the end because you will learn a lot. It will help you to avoid some crazy mistakes you're about to do. And can I at least get 50 likes? And let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to ask is, where do you even belong? Because there are just so many groups where people belong. Some people are trying to cover up, but let's break them down. Where do you really belong? So I'm going to start with the first group. I call them the mindset problem group. They have a WhatsApp group. Oh. In fact, I think they now have a Telegram group. So now let's talk about it. Your mindset is actually your problem. You do not have any plan for your stock. You probably heard someone talk about, buy this stock, is going to explode. You just go to your app, fund it with 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, and then the next thing, you buy the stock. And the moment the stock starts to drop, you go crazy. So the first thing I want to tell you is that you're already thinking like a gambler because you don't have a trade plan. You don't know this stock you're buying. Is it a long-term thing? Is it something I should buy and sell off? Like, there's no plan. So there's a problem with your mindset. You are thinking, oh, the moment you buy the stock should start going up. And then the moment you buy it, every 1 hour, you open your app to check to see if maybe your 20,000 has gone to 50,000. Abi, is you. You know yourself. So you think just because you bought a stock, the stock should just start going up. It cannot come down again as your mini god, Abi. Do you know that there are days that some stocks can literally do 20%, 40%, 100% in a day? But it doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes it can be a hype stock, sometimes it can be due to a catalyst. Maybe a company maybe reports earning and they now run high, maybe go so far, or maybe there is a news of maybe a new CEO and then the stock will start going up, or maybe a new contract, a partnership, a deal, stocks will fly. But most times people don't predict like a day before, except insiders. So you need to have a plan for your money so that your emotions will not get the better part of you. Like I said, you need to know why you bought a stock. That's very important. So have a plan. Then the second is your emotional. You get into anxiety, you become depressed, you become sad. Already your mind is telling you, I'm losing my money. And sometimes you end up selling only for you to see the stock go up after a few days. And then you start telling yourself, why did I even sell it in the first place? So if you're not asking the questions of, is this company, do they have good products, good services? Are they profitable? Are they innovative? What's their revenue? Are they really growing? Between last year and this year, the last 12 months, what has been happening? That's why you need to calm down. Be calming down, oh. Be calming down and check if the company is profitable. So stop watching daily price movements. Price will always go up and down. There are always so many stories. In fact, people that just joined the 6.0 joined at a time where stock markets were dropping. Now, for me, I see it as a huge opportunity, something that I've been waiting for. But for people who just joined, they're thinking, why is that now we just joined? But they don't even know that market is creating a beautiful opportunity for them. So one of the best times to join or start stock market investment is when stocks are actually dropping, because you're getting them at a cheaper rate, but people just don't understand it. Another group that I don't know where to classify them, I don't know whether they have a WhatsApp group or Telegram, is people that will watch their stock go up and then give up all their gains. Now, there are two different ways to look at it. There are stocks you can buy and you don't intend to sell any part of it. You don't even want to take profit. You want to keep it for 5, 10 years. That's a different strategy. But you need to know that there is a time you will get to. You need to trim so that when the stock pulls back, you can re-enter with the same profit you have taken. So you need to know when to trim. See these juicy fruits, you need to know when to take your fruit. If you don't take your fruit, they will get rotten, they will fall down and they will, decay. So know when to take your profit. This is something you need to learn. It's not something you catch from watching plenty videos. So know when to trim, and of course, know when to take your profits. And then let's look at this. Lucy, this is Meta. This is Facebook. The same Facebook you go on to post. Facebook stock. There was a time it was around $100. That was in 2023. That was the first time I started talking about it to, you know, the first community members I had as at that time. And then some people felt like, oh, the moment it got to 200, some people said, we are now at 250. Let's sell everything. Now, assuming you took profits and it pulled back, you can actually re-enter here. This same stock ran to 500, came down to 400, now ran to 700, came down to 500 from 700. Now, for some people who joined, who probably bought this stock here and the stock dropped to this point, they'll probably feel, they may just freak out. So that's one thing you need to understand. When do you take profits? When do you jump? This is a perfect deep buy. So let's continue. I just wanted to give an example. Long-term holders win 1000%. If you have a long-term mindset and understand how to take your profit, you will always win. Let's go back to this. You see, this is a long-term person. From here to here is what? 700%. From 2023 to 2025. But for some people, they want to make all the money in 2023. You see why it will not work. I just want to show you with proof. As a matter of fact, I put all these emojis so that you will be seeing it. So this is why I said it's important. Now let's look at GTCO. You can see GTCO started at 20 naira in 2023, 2024. It was around 40 naira. So some people would have said I've made 100%. So if you had sold too early, you would have missed this entire move from 40 naira up until 100 naira. You see why I said that long-term holders will always win. Because if you sell on time, you will lose your future profits if you sell too early. But if you had taken profit at this point, 50 naira, and then it came down to 30, you would buy it again. You will load up here and run it all the way to the top. Right now, look at this deep opportunity. Some people are not seeing it as an opportunity. Some people are panicking and selling because they probably bought it at 100. They are hoping that this stock will go to 200. And of course, stock market will always punish impatient people. So another thing you need to know is, when is it time for you to dollar cost average or time to run? There are stocks you will buy. If you look at their fundamentals, you will clearly see that something is going off. So it's time for you to sell. And besides, there are stocks you can buy for short term. No stranger attached. You just want to buy them at a particular price, sell them at a particular price. Bye bye, everybody. I'm happy. Stock, go your way. Bye bye. So I always tell people sometimes don't have a sentimental attachment. Look out for companies that will give you what you want. Because if you want to buy a nice shoe, you will not you will look at the company that have their design in your head. So before you start squeezing your face like this or start looking at me with your dark shades, just know that there is always a time for you to dollar cost average or time for you to actually run. Now let's talk about dollar cost average. Dollar cost average is actually a simple strategy where you invest at certain amount. You invest probably like a monthly investment into a particular stock. What you're trying to do is that you're trying to buy it at different prices because you may not be able to predict when the stock can actually go so far or when it will actually drop. So not every company will qualify when it is dropping. Like I showed us in Facebook, when it dropped from 700 to 500, not everybody will have the heart. But if you know that this company is still going back to 700, there are people who even came on board at 500 and they made $200 per share on the way up. So the next question is, why do people quit too quickly? The first one is impatience. You think that once you join in, you buy a stock, by the next 1 week, you should have made 100%. Of course, like I said before, the market will always take from the impatient people to the patient. It's like you plant a seed, and after 1 week, you are thinking that it should have grown into a tree to give you fruits. It's not going to work. The second is fear. When you are afraid, oh, my money will disappear, have lost 10%. Let me take the 90% and run before it will go down to 70%. And it makes me feel like you are lacking knowledge, because if you know what to do, you will not be afraid. You actually know exactly what to do, whether you are going to dollar cost or whether you should buy more or whatever. You must have a plan when you have knowledge. And then when you don't have diversification, if all your money is in growth stocks only, you don't have dividend stocks to balance it so that every month or every quarter you can be earning juicy offers, you start looking like this guy here. You always have heart attack because there is no proper plan, no knowledge, you're afraid, and of course, you are impatient. So when you buy without fear is when you are knowledgeable. Fear will disappear because, of course, you know what you're doing. So let's talk about how we're going to help you. The first thing you need to deal with is greed. Greed is your biggest enemy. Most times, some people lose money. They have seen the stock go up, but then when they drop, they just go crazy because you are greedy. Maybe you had a plan and will buy at this price, I will sell at this price. But when you got to that price, that part of you will tell you leave it for long. And then it happens a lot in hype stocks. You see a stock run from $2 to $8. Everybody will be shouting 400% overnight. You jump in. It goes to $10. Instead of you to take that 10 and go, you are thinking it should go to 16, and then it comes back to 2. So you've lost. And those type you will almost not recover them. You only invest in wonderful, stable, and solid companies, because when you invest in solid companies, you will see that they are generational wealth money makers, they are money printers. So if you think of Apple, Amazon, GT, Dangote Cement, these are stocks that you can hold and also be reviewing them, because review is very important. Have a watch list so that you'll be able to have stocks you can be researching. But most importantly, to get your knowledge, you need to join the VIP. Just 50,000, you stop guessing, you stop making costly mistakes, and you will build the real wealth. You learn when to buy and when to sell. Okay, so we're doing a lot of stock move strategies this November, December. So if you join now, you will learn all these strategies and know what to do. And of course, we have a new book alert. This is something I feel like people should learn how to make money the lazy way. So this is a guide to becoming a billionaire before 65. If you can do it even at in your 30s, that means you started early. So this is going to come very cheap. It's going to be less than the cost of shawarma. I can guarantee you. And it's going to be practical. You can literally copy everything there and just do everything I've said there, and you're going to get results. So of course I'm going to ask you, did you enjoy today's lesson? Did you learn something about when to sell your stocks? If you want to learn more, join the VIP community.